Hello, everyone. My name is Raina Robinson. Today, I will be presenting a case about one of my clients. The information given will assist you with finding out what the client has been diagnosed with. The client's name is Becky Martin, and she was referred to me for a psychiatric consultation. Becky is a 29-year-old Caucasian woman who teaches special education. Currently, Becky lives by herself and describes herself as content, but has a hard time considering her house a home since no one is there with her. She says that she is tired of always being sad and feeling lonely. Becky admits that these feelings have gotten worse over time, but she remembers having these feelings for years and has not thought about seeking help for it until now. There have been techniques that she has used that have been beneficial to her. She journals her information or how she's feeling for the day. Um, she also enjoys listening to music when she has the time. Becky was hospitalized twice for severe harm to herself and suicide ideation. Um, to be specific, Becky had been cutting herself, and the cuts were so severe that she needed stitches. Becky has a blurry memory when it comes to thinking about when she was 7 years old up until about 13 years old. She stated that she has a good relationship with her parents. She remembers her father as being controlling to her mother and having issues with his anger. Previously, her father had a problem with drinking alcohol heavy, but has been clean and has been without alcohol for 16 years. Becky admits that after visiting with her family, or if they pop up unexpectedly to her house to surprise her, it encourages her to self harm and attempt suicide. Becky has received previous treatment with past therapists. These therapists have asked Becky about any traumatic experiences that she can remember, and as far as being abused, and she denied it. She denied it in a casual way. When she was about 13, Becky remembers her younger sister being sexually abused by their father. So after a therapist asked her this question, she denied it casually, but ended up bringing it back up and explaining how she felt when that happened and where she was at the time, things like that. There were no consequences for these actions other than an apology that was given to the church, Becky, and her sister. Their father apologized because of the church he was affiliated with, and that church was going to help him be admitted into an outpatient treatment for alcoholism and sex addiction. That was when her father was dealing with alcohol pretty hard, and she remembers that. Up until high school, Becky remembers being not so social, and she was not socially involved compared to others. She was very active in high school, becoming members of many different clubs and teams. She was a good student in college and was an outstanding worker at work. When getting with a man, or I wouldn't say when getting with a man, but when interacting with the opposite sex, Becky feels intense shame and feels bad about going out. She finds difficulty in intimacy with the opposite sex, feeling disgusted when a man tries to speak to her and engage in sexual activity. Becky states that she feels lonely, helpless, and tends to toss and turn rather than sleep throughout the night. Becky denies using any drugs or alcohol. When she smells alcohol, she says that she gets extremely sick with extreme pain inflicting on her body. When observing this client during the assessment, she was well groomed and very cooperative. Even though her answers to questions showed her as being coherent, she has described herself as feeling numb. No symptoms towards hallucinogens or self harm, but thoughts of suicide, she states, have always been prominent. They've always been there. Becky denied having ongoing amnesia, which has a negative effect on almost every functioning system within the body. She denied secluding herself from others, hallucinations, and voices in her head. Becky also denied flashbacks, but also talks about the same bad dream she has being chased by a dangerous man that she can never escape. Becky has trouble concentrating, where she continuously counts and sings in her mind. She also checks the door numerous times when she's at home, before she leaves work if she's closing. and constant rearrangement of things in her house, at her job, to prevent harm from befalling her. So she wants to, her rearrangement of things around her house or around her period helps her to feel safe in a way. So if you guys can help me in finding what this diagnosis may be, or if it's a dual diagnosis for this client, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.